Right, so this is a little video discussing the hip hinge. Now, a lot of people confuse a hip hinge with a squat, so this is why we're breaking it down and we're going to get you to film it and send it in to us. So first things first, we'll go over the difference. So a squat, knees track towards your toes. Keep my chest quite upright, you can see, but my knees are tracking towards or even in front of with my squat pattern. Okay, I'm feeling it loaded more at the front of the legs. A hip hinge, my hips tip backwards, I'll feel my hamstrings engage and my glutes. And watch. They can be very confusing, but they're actually very different. They can seem the same, and it tends to be that people switch between the two initially, not aware when they're doing a squat rather than a hip hinge. Squat pattern tends to come very naturally, hip hinge not so much. So there's a couple of ways of learning it. So one of them, and we're going to get you to film this, so you'll just need a broom handle. If you look, bottom of the spine, back of the head, middle of the shoulder blades, and you want to push your bum back and make sure you're feeling loading of your backs of your legs. Want to feel tension on your bum cheeks, not the fronts of your legs too much. So look, you've got your hip hinge here. You can also squat with the neutral spine. So you can see, keeping a nice straight back, this is keeping your neutral spine position, which is your natural spine position. And then you've got your squat, okay, and then hip hinge. So squat. So what I want you to film for me is a few reps trying to play about with both. It might initially mean you have to just do a few with a hip hinge here and then a few of the squat. If you find this too complicated initially, okay, it can help to just sort of get your hands behind your head to keep your back straight. And there's your hip hinge here. Okay, that's another variation. Look, keeping my chest up. And then you've got your squat. Keep your hands out in front. Okay? And we're just going to assess this to see how you're finding it. And we'll use it to sort of program further along in your program to make sure we've got the right level for each movement. So film that, sort of 10 reps on each, the squat and the hip hinge. Don't worry if you're not getting it right initially, because we'll feed back to you. We're going to break it down live in videos with you. So don't worry, it's just to give us a jumping off point from where you are with it. So don't panic. You can't do anything wrong at this point. Just get it filmed and get it back to us.